Welcome to the Sweet 16 episode of Terese Talk. I'm your host, Terese Main. By day, I co-host a morning radio show on a network in New York and Pennsylvania. By night, well, I'm a podcaster. If you're a woman like me who just loves Jesus, wants to serve her family and her community a little bit better, you're in the right place. Today, we get to talk to one of my favorite authors. You might say her middle name is fun. It's Annie F. Downs.
Yes, I'll take it. That is exactly right.
Because you won't tell anybody what it is, right?
I mean, fun's good enough. That works, and everybody can remember it, so it doesn't matter.
You start out in this book talking about this sort of God-led sabbatical that you went on, that you made this plan to stay at home during a season when you normally would have been like running all over the place. But you wrote this: "There's something scary to me about months at home without anywhere to go." Did you have any idea that so many people would be able to resonate with this by the time your book came out?
No, isn't that shocking? I mean, honestly, one of the best parts has been that I didn't finish writing That Sounds Fun until deep in the fall of 2020. And so I really got to lay a pandemic filter on top of a book that I had already written about fun. And when I came across moments like that, I was like, for some reason, the Lord let me practice staying home in a life where I don't normally stay home for 6 months before everyone else did. And so it was amazing because I ended up throwing out one chapter, writing another brand new one. I mean, it really changed as the pandemic went on because I wanted to make sure it was still true to talk about fun, even in the midst of the year we just lived.
Yeah, and this idea of fun, I mean, and I know the answer to this question, but I want to hear you explain it because some people would say, well, fun, that's not biblical.
Yeah, yes, there are people who would say that. But what I would say back to them is let's look at the life of Jesus for a minute. Jesus was invited to tons of dinner parties. The first miracle he did in the book of John is at a wedding that he and his friends are invited to. And kids loved being around Jesus. There's no way he wasn't fun. People don't invite people to dinner parties that aren't fun to be around, right? And so to me, there's this throughout scripture, there are these moments where you go, oh, I bet that was a really fun moment. And when that word isn't used in scripture for sure, but man, over and over, I'll tell you what I find true in my life is these moments of these great big memory moments of fun that happen always connect me to God and other people.
Do you think Christians have forgotten how to have fun?
I don't. I think we've just mislabeled it. I think we have decided there's a certain group of Christian teaching and certain group of us, and days that this is true of me too, where I can't find the line of what is fun and what is escapism. And so that really is the challenge, is how do I have fun in a way that is still honoring God and honoring the decisions and my own personal health, the decisions I've made about my own personal health. But how do we also keep from sinning in the middle of that and have these moments and these memories that remind us of simpler times in our own lives? And I mean, scripture says that eternity is set in our hearts. There's something we're longing for. And I think when we're having fun with our friends, when we're digging into our hobbies, when we're relaxing, when we're resting, we're experiencing some of that, what our heart is longing for.
Talking about simpler times, you have this great story you tell, and you refer back to the snapping beans on your grandmother's front porch. And you write, I miss thinking about nothing. And here we are in this crazy, chaotic world. I mean, my phone does the work of 100 devices from 10 years ago. How do we get to a place where we can have some nothing time in our brain?
Well, I think the honest way to have the most fun is to tell yourself the truth first. And the truth is we can't. We can't go back to that. We can't go back to not knowing what we know. I mean, none of us will ever be able to erase 2020 from our memories. We know things we didn't know before the last year. So the trick isn't to go back to thinking about nothing, even though I miss that and wish for that. The trick is to say, okay, God, I miss the simplicity of my childhood. What pieces of that can I bring into my adult life? What moments of, so that example you give of snapping green beans. Well, I can't sit on the porch with my mom and my grandmother anymore. We don't live on that same piece of land. My grandmother passed away about 15 years ago. And so I can't redo that. But what I can do is make some of my grandmother's recipes, and it helps me remember her, and it helps me honor her, and it helps bring back some of those memories and moments that really bring me joy.
You are always asking people what sounds fun for you. Now, I could just ask you that, but that would be like stealing from you. So I'm not going to do that. But I have a game for you. It is called Fun or Done. And I'm going to mention something. You tell me if that would be fun or if you're done with it. Sparkly nail polish.
Oh, it's actually not right now because my nails match my book cover right now. But yes, sparkly nails polish is still fun to me.
Bernie Sanders memes.
I'm kind of done, but I do think they're very funny. I mean, if it's funny enough, don't bring me one that's average, but if you bring me one that's really funny, I'm in.
Okay, so only exceptional Bernie Sanders memes are fun.
That's right. The first couple of weeks, it was as many as you can give me.
Okay.
Now I just want the best of the best.
Watching the Titans play in Nissan Stadium.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was born and raised in Atlanta, so I've been an Atlanta Falcons fan my whole life, but I love watching the Titans now. I've been in Nashville 13 years, so yeah, that's still fun to me.
Watching the Titans lose in Nissan Stadium.
I'm pretty done with that. That doesn't sound as interesting.
Eating a pomegranate.
They are so challenging to eat. So seeds, fun. The rest of them, I'm done. I just want to. And I don't want to have to get the seeds out myself.
Going to the dentist.
I don't get to be done. And the truth is it's not fun for me, but it leads to fun of having healthy teeth and being able to eat what I want. So I'll take it.
Burping a baby.
Yeah, I love kids. So yeah, that sounds fun to me.
Drinking coffee.
No, I don't. I'm done. I don't drink it. I actually had a cup yesterday. I haven't had coffee in probably a decade, and I had a cup yesterday morning, and I think my heart is still beating fast.
Wow, I thought in order to live in Nashville, you had to drink coffee all the time.
No. I'm a tea girl. No, I don't need that caffeine. I wake up like this. You know this. You know me. We've been friends a long time. I wake up like this.
How about eating fish?
Oh, yeah, that's fun. I love fish.
Cooking fish.
I'm not very good at it. I've gotten really good at salmon. So yes to salmon, but most of them I'm scared.
Climbing a mountain.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I would love to be outside where we are here in Nashville. Well, same for you in New York. I mean, it's just cold. And climbing a mountain when it's warm sounds awesome.
Riding Space Mountain.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. Always fun. Roller coasters, you can talk me into just about any time.
Setting off your own fireworks.
Yeah, that's very fun. I mean, there's a whole chapter in the book about it, right? A whole chapter about fireworks. So, of course. Singing
Jolene in your car.
Listen, Dolly Parton is my inspiration in 1,000 ways. I just adore her. So yes, I would love to sing Jolene anytime. In my car, out of my car. I don't care where it is. Yes.
Orange juice.
Oh, you know so much. Yes. I love orange juice. That's my favorite drink.
How about Zoom meetings?
Okay, see, I still really like them because I like getting to see people. And so I'm still think they're fun. Now, I'm not done with them yet.
How about radio interviews?
Oh, I'm not done with them either. Getting to have all these conversations and like making friends across the country, I feel so undeserving of what I'm getting to do.
There are some really smart sounding quotes in your book. Can I just read you some of them and you can tell me if you realize how smart you sound? Okay. I love these. Okay. Bad days don't last forever and good days don't last forever either.
That quote actually is the story of when I heard Dax Shepard, who's an actor who also has a podcast. I was at his live podcast and he said that to someone, and it helped me so much to be like, oh yeah, we know good days don't last forever. Why do we act like bad days will?
I love this too. Fun will never replace pain, but fun can walk alongside it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem is a lot of times, and this is one of the reasons That Sounds Fun, the book exists, is a lot of people think the only way you have fun is to ignore your pain. And actually the truest, and we learned this from watching Inside Out with Joy and Sadness, that real fun is found when you can hold on to what and tell the truth about what hurts, and also really find joy in the life that you have today.
Annie F. Downs' latest book is called That Sounds Fun. We've got the link for you on the podcast blog page. If you've enjoyed this episode of Terese Talk, be sure to subscribe and look for the next episode on Tuesday morning. If you really loved it, consider making a gift to Family Life, the ministry this podcast is a part of. Just go to fln.org and find out more about what we do. Did you know Family Life offers a variety of podcasts? Get up to date with Family Life news news, or enjoy some family time with Family Life Kids. There's If That Makes Sense, a Family Life original podcast where they talk about what it's really like to live as a Christian in your 20s. And 10 Minutes With, an interview program with faith-based artists and speakers. They're all free and on demand right now at fln.org/podcast.